my god! Oh!
It's official. The Big Brother house is on fire. Hey! Guys, this is an official announcement. The Big Brother house, Bbmzansi 2022 season 3 with 17 crazy housemates is literally on fire. Guys, that was a wild party game, whatever. It was really a wild game. I have never seen any game as wild as what I experienced last night watching the Big Brother Zansi. Oh my god, oh my god, it looks like eviction just suddenly. I don't know, there was something really peculiar about this particular eviction. I think them getting over the fake eviction and then getting into the real eviction, I think it just gave them like this, we need to fire on so we don't get out of here. Oh my goodness, guys, welcome back. We're talking about the Big Brother and Zanzi show. You guys, this is literally the second week and we're getting the real vibe of watching the Big Brother show. So guys, previously I shared the video about Norman and Sister Mara, you know, the game. I literally want to say this. I think one of the people that have actually set this house on fire, that has actually allowed this pace and this trend of, you know what, we need to get into everybody's face. We need to be trending. We need to bring in any kind of strategy, is Norman. I think Norman just sets the house on fire. He has started something that I don't know if he can finish, because guys, literally, it was quite a very long night. You guys know, after the Johnny Walker, they went into the house, they had their normal thing, and then the proposal by Norman. And then at night it was the jacuzzi hangout and gisting. The gisting was long. You talked about both necessary things and unnecessary things. Like, it was just a merry-go-round of conversation. You guys know I always love telling you the story, how it happened. So now there are some very, very interesting things that are happening in that house. And after that, we saw Choose and Nale in a very interesting conversation. Nale was like that she loves to smoke after every task. It kind of eases the tension out of her. And Choose was like, you know what, that he can't wait for Friday when they're going to have their individual task, that he's willing to win an individual task. So if you look, it suddenly looks like it's peeling, as in the cloth is suddenly peeling out of their eyes. They're suddenly understanding that, okay, this is an individual task, this is an individual game, this is not a family game. I mean, for Tools of all people to say he's ready for individual task, I'm like, okay, reset button is right on point. So literally there's just been a lot of conversation, but I will not even lie, looking at that wild party, I would say one of the people again that stood out, you know, that actually left their comfort zone, that is actually bringing up a new personality, is Gashwan. You guys, when Gashwan went for his diary session on Tuesday, he said something about that he's going to try to bring in another type side of him, and that he's going to try to make this housemates try to figure him out. So it's like this guy is mentally and psychologically ready, and he's kind of giving them a long quiz on who figures him out. So he's there was something very interesting about what Gashwan said during his diary session. He said that he suspects the two new housemates that got into the Big Brother show, Ntabil and Vino, and he said one is very loud and one is very calm. And of course, if you know the one that is very loud, you know it's Ntabil, the lady, and Vino is like a bit on the calm side. And it's like he's so surprised that this one knows everybody's name like in a snap, and he's like, are you sure Biggie's not trying to play a prank on them? So it just suddenly looks like everybody's now a suspect in the house, and he too, he's even ready to become a suspect in the house, because when he actually said that he was going to give them another side of him so that he tries to see if any of the housemates will figure him out, it was like, okay, this guy is intentionally just switching moods and personality, and it's quite an interesting chat. And then he said something about Yuli being one of those people that have figured him out, and Dinky. So at the back of my head, I'm like, okay, this housemates already know who is being strategic, who understands their game, and how they need to switch up their game. So guys, literally, this game is, I mean, it looks like we just started watching the Big Brother show, for real. So during the games, the wild spinning game, it was like, oh my gosh. I mean, when I saw, before then, we also had a dance party, the dance fever that was all over the house. And then we saw how, if there was anything I had to take 2 steps back to look at, it was watching Gash One and Yoli get intimate. Like, for some reason, I think it's because Gashwan has suddenly realized that Yoli is kind of very smart and has tried to figure him out. He's trying to play with her head. I'm trying to figure out what Gashwan is doing. But Gashwan really has a very dirty game up his sleeve. So he's suddenly getting very close to Yoli, doing things like going crazy and just being some other person that nobody's kind of trying to understand it. That's also was one of those people that noticed that Gashwan is suddenly becoming more attentive. And it's just reacting a bit differently. So guys, I just feel like this week, we're already on second week. With this wild spinning game we just experienced, I'm very sure that it's going to lead to many more things. Like, seriously, I'm very sure very soon we're going to hear about those dirty things. Like, we're going to hear about somebody going down. We will definitely hear about it, because guys, the most ridiculous part of that game was watching was seeing Acacia's response when Vinyl came at her. The panic and everything. I was like, oh my god, this is about to get down and it's about to get really dirty. So guys, literally, it's game on for all the housemates. They are literally on their game. And guys, the last thing that made me feel and understand that, you know what, everybody looks like they know what they're doing in the house, was when Dinky and Four were actually in I think they were trying to in the laundry place, and then Dinky Bliss was like, that they tried to figure him out, and then he said the list. They were talking about the nomination list, and then Nikki said something about the last guy on the list is not supposed to be there. And I'm like, hey, what do you mean? I don't know if they think this was like, she knows she's not going anywhere. And she was just insinuating that it looks like Velo will be the guy who will be leaving the house come Sunday. So I really don't know what has given Dinky that confidence and that boldness. I don't know, but I know they all know they have great personalities, and I think one of the people they feel like doesn't really have a personality in the house, or they have not seen their personality in the house, is Velo. You guys, if you remember when Temba actually picked him up for a nomination, it was like that he doesn't see why Velo is in the house, and then hearing Dinky say he's not supposed to be in the list, I'm like, okay, we get the message. I'm literally looking at this list. It is actually very certain that we know who is trending and we know who isn't even close to trending. Norman has been he set the pace on the race, and it definitely looks like he's not going anywhere, because his message was wildly accepted. But the problem is, the question I also have for Norman is, are you sure this fire he tried to start is not going to burn him? Because literally, when they were playing that game, the look on Sister Mara's face, you guys know, Sister Mara is one of the most sensitive persons in the house. Like Vino, even the new housemate actually has noticed this part about him, and it was like, he's a very cool guy, but he's very sensitive, and he tries to just stay out of the space, not to bring in any challenges. And then looking at Norman playing the game, we don't know if Norman is going to be smart enough to deal with this, but it looks like he's playing this game, and I just pray he doesn't get burnt trying to play this game, because we literally saw him going to meet Terry and Sister Mara and blowing them a good night kiss, and I'm like, Norman, hope you can finish this thing you have started. I just hope you can finish this thing you've started. Guys, I don't know, but we are bound to see more crazier things happen in Biggie's house, and I will not be surprised if something really crazy happens like very soon, like this minute. So guys, literally, I think this is where I'm just going to call it. We're going to see what this guys have in store, because this game was really wild. It was really wild. In fact, it had my eyes and ears and body spinning too. We're about to see more from this housemate. Like, evictions are a great thing. They just give you that that mood. It sets the mood in the house on point. Guys, I'm going to see you all in another video. For now, this is just the gist about the late night game that happened in Biggie's mansion. For now, see you guys in the next one. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that, and I'll see you up in another video. Bye bye. Take care.